Hey everybody, it's Chronicle Prince, and I'd figure I'd make a video that represents me, represents the games I like to play, represents the games that I love, the games that I just can't get enough of, the games that I've played over and over again, the games that just stick in my mind when I think of others. These are my top 10 games of all time. Top 10 favorites, actually. Coming in at number 10 is a more modern title that I think is honestly one of the best games I've ever played in the series. Ever. It's Final Fantasy 13 for the Xbox 360. And what I like about this game is not only the characters, and it's not even the artwork. The art direction is fantastic. One of the best art directions that I've ever seen in a video game. Some of just the best artwork of any Xbox 360 game. It's one of my favorite. And the battle system, the battle system is something completely new to the series. It's one of a kind. I love the battle system in this game. It just makes me feel like, I'm playing a new game for the first time every time I put this game into the Xbox. And for that, I thank Square Enix yet again. The characters are phenomenal, along with the voice acting and the artwork done on the characters. I'll give you guys a sneak preview of the characters. And there is Lightning on the cover, main character. What I think about this game is that... Goddamn dog! Fucking recording. Anyways, what I think about this game is just one of a kind in every single way. Coming in at number 9 is LA Noire for the Xbox 360. This game by far just has a great storyline from beginning to end, along with a great overworld and great crimes. It's, in my opinion, the greatest detective game ever made. I think that a sequel to this game needs to be made. I know that they couldn't use the same characters, but I do know that a sequel needs to be made with new missions, new stories. Everything about this game is perfect. What I like about this game is that it's a 3-disc game with a lot of content. You start off as a traffic policeman, from a traffic detective, From there, you move up to homicide. From there, you move to vice, and then eventually you get demoted to arson. I just think the world of this game. I think the art direction is great, the graphics are amazing, the driving is great, the shooting aspect is... the shooting controls and aiming controls are just great. I think that the way you play is just all around amazing. I think this is one of the darkest games of all time, and it may be bloody, and it may be dark. It may not be one of those games that you guys think I'll play, but in all honesty, I love this game. Now, coming in at number 8 is a game that is very close to my heart. A game that I will never forget. A game that I couldn't forget. You guys may be thinking, well, Shane, if you love this game that much, why is it so high up. And why is it so low on your list? Shouldn't it be more high up? Well, my friend, there are other games here. This is only number 8. Coming in at number 8 is Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim for the PlayStation 3. One of my personal favorite games of all time. One of those games that you just can't forget. One of those games that comes up every time since this game is released. One of those games that if you bring up, I guarantee you, a fellow gamer will know exactly what you're talking about. From the graphics, to the art direction, to the controls, to the enemies, to the battle system, to the style, to the characters, to the quests. What can be said about this game that hasn't already been said? Nothing. Number 7 on my list. Fallout New Vegas for the PlayStation 3. This game comes close and dear to my heart. It's one of those games that you could never replace. One of those games that you could never make a sequel to. One of those games that just has that style of no other. The battle, it's amazing. The level system is great. The combat system is even better. I mean, the armor and the weapons in this game are phenomenal. The graphics are great. The art direction is amazing. Bethesda, you have outdone yourselves this time. But it's not as good as the next game coming on this list. And that game, I'm surprised this is actually my number 3 PlayStation 3 game of all time. Coming in at number 6 is Fallout 3 for the PlayStation 3. Now, Fallout 3 is one of those games that starts out a little boring, starts out a little weird. It starts out like you think, what are you getting yourself into? What is this? Is this game really that bad? Is it not as good as people say it is? Is it just a crappy ass game? No. This game, after the start, after you get out of Vault 101, there's an overworld of epic desire, an overworld that cannot be beaten, an overworld that is just amazing. This game is like no other for the PlayStation 3. This game is better than Fallout New Vegas in so many ways. In so many ways, it's just amazing. The battle system, I mean, what can I say about the battle system other than it rocks? The combat, the weapons are, again, phenomenal, better than the ones in New Vegas. The graphics are great. Art direction is great. Enemies, they outdid their stuff. The character voices are awesome. That voice acting is amazing. The people that you can meet in this game are just either weird or phenomenal. And now, it may be rated M for mature, but that never stopped me from playing it, and that never stopped me from loving it. And I can guarantee you that the next game coming on this list is not rated M for mature. Coming in at number 5. My second favorite game of all time for the PlayStation 3. Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. The art direction in this game is amazing. It gives you that wonderful atmosphere of a true adventure game that nobody has ever done before. It's like combining Tomb Raider and Indiana Jones and creating a whole new story out of it, while including weapons and shooting scenes that may just drag on and on and on. It's still a wonderful game. And nothing stopped me from buying this game, and nothing stopped me from playing it. And for that, I thank you. Dolby Digital, Naughty Dog, Sony, and PlayStation. I think. Coming in, number 4. A game that actually came out this year that's this game is freaking I think, I actually think the game might be in its case. I think I might have put the game back in its case even. Nope. This game This fucking game. Icarus Uprising for the 3DS. The best game of 2012 in my opinion. Something dear to my heart, something close to my heart. Something I will never forget as the sequel to the original Kid Icarus and a brand new game on its own. It is a very phenomenal game. One of the best ever made. Not as good as the original, but still a heartwarming story. Great battle. It's a 3D atmosphere with 3D graphics. This is true 3D. Nothing. It's not like anything on a 3DS. This is true 3D. This is amazing. This is just great. I can't say anything more about it. No. Coming in at number 3. Wow, we're getting close to the end in 12 minutes. That's surprising. It's Pitfall for the Atari 2600. Activision, we thank you again for one of the greatest games for the Atari and my personal favorite for the Atari. Pitfall has a special place in my heart that I will never forget. From the day I bought that Atari 2600 to the day I played this game, which was the first day that I ever played an Atari 2600. This game has that special place in my heart that no game will ever fulfill. Any game for the Atari can't fulfill this game. This game goes beyond everything I had ever hoped for to come out of the Atari 2600. Hell, to come out of any Atari. Man, but I'm recording. Anyways, it's even complete in the box. It's even complete in the box. It's a great game. Just amazing. Number 2 are, should I say, number 4, 3, and 2, but really just 2 because they're all put into one game. You guys may know what I'm talking about. You guys may know the game that I love. The Sly Collection for the PlayStation 3. Sly Cooper with Thievius Raccoonus. The game that got me started on video games for the PlayStation. Not the game that got me started on video games. No ho ho. Now that is the very number 1 game of all time coming up next. Okay? Great game. I just want to get to this game so bad. That game is a near mint condition copy of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super Nintendo. Very first video game that I ever played. Just brings a tear to my eyes of the memories I had with this game. This game was the game that got me started on video games. My number one game, favorite video game of all time. It's phenomenal. It's truly amazing. All the work that went into this game by Nintendo, they just outdid themselves. This is like no Zelda game I've ever played before. No, this is better than any Zelda game I've ever played before. This is better than fucking Skyward Sword. And I don't care what any of you guys say. This game, in my opinion, is better than any Zelda game ever made. It's a heartwarming story with amazing graphics for the Super Nintendo. The good old days of the 16 bits. The good old days of not giving a shit about online shooter games. The old days of not giving a shit about being number one or playing a game all fucking night because you're so addicted to it and you can't help yourself. No, there were no online fucking games when this game came out. This was a good old-fashioned 3D Zelda game like no other. I have to agree, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, woo! Delicious games. Just some of the best games ever made for the N64. Probably my top two favorite N64 games. But this game, I'd highly recommend that you go, if you don't have an SNES, buy an SNES. If you have an SNES, buy this game. If you already have this game, play it again. If you've already played it again, if you're playing it while I'm speaking while I'm speaking right now, play it for me. This has been Chronicle Prince with my top 10 favorite games of all time. See y'all later. Peace.